Coming up on KTTC News at 6, TSA preparing for a whirlwind of a travel weekend, a better feel for what we can expect.
Also looking ahead to warmer months, prep already underway for Rochester Fest.
But first, how a major gift from Mayo Clinic is making a difference for Rochester Public Schools as it faces its budget concerns. Your 6 o'clock news starts now.
Live from your local news leader, this is KTTC News.
Thanks for watching us tonight. A major gift from Mayo Clinic is leading Rochester Public Schools to announce a revised budget plan. After a lot of community feedback today, Rochester Public Schools is making that announcement.
Mayo is donating $10 million to RPS, and it's signaling a sigh of relief for many families. Our Charles Kelly has been studying the plan announced just this morning. So Charles, what are we finding out from today's announcement?
Tom, Caitlin, there are many components to this announcement, but Superintendent Kent Bickel outlined this morning the revised proposal would keep Pinewood Elementary, Mighty Oaks Early Learning School, and Riverside Elementary open.
And I'm just delighted to be here this morning to share an exciting announcement with you on behalf of Mayo Clinic.
RPS Superintendent Kent Bickel says another referendum is likely in 2024. But if the community doesn't show support, these painful cuts will return a year from now.
This is what I would call a bridge proposal, and the fact of the matter is if we are not successful in passing a referendum over the course of the next year, we would have at least $10 million or more to cut. We don't expect Mayo Clinic to write a $10 million check every year. It would make no sense. They are providing critical support to maintain our momentum academically at this time.
In the proposal, the 45-15 calendar will remain in place at Longfellow Elementary, where students attend school for 45 days and have 15 days off year-round. In an effort to maximize space, Pinewood Elementary would move into the same building as Longfellow Elementary, but Pinewood would stay on a traditional schedule. The Mighty Oaks Early Learning School would move into the building currently occupied by Pinewood. Riverside will continue to operate as K-5 where it currently is.
Current later start times that we have for elementary now just aren't working for our youngest learners. The research says they learn better in the morning. Working families need to get them to school earlier in the morning so that they can get to work.
Elementary schools are expected to start at 7:55 a.m., middle schools at 8:35 a.m., and high school at 8:50 a.m. The proposal says times could change once a transportation route is finalized.
People raised some good concerns. They raised some good concerns about where we drew the attendance lines. They said, well, okay, is there a midpoint between cutting the transportation for our 6 district-wide option schools and making them basically neighborhood schools and giving kids a bus across 218 square miles? So that resulted in a regional proposal.
Previous proposal would have put more transportation responsibilities on parents, but the new plan would create regional designated pickup and drop-off points for those outside of neighborhood schools.
RPS is continuing to receive feedback on the revised proposal, and an updated version will be presented at the RPS School Board meeting January 9th and discussed in its study session on January 16th. The vote on the finalized proposal will be on January 23rd. In studio, Charles Kelly, KTTC News.
All right, Charles, thank you. As the Salvation Army prepares for its end-of-campaign push,
The organization is reporting a kettle was stolen. This happened Monday evening at the entrance to JCPenney at Apache Mall. The Salvation Army says security footage shows a man and woman approaching the kettle when no one was there. Apache Mall security and Rochester police are reviewing footage of the incident. An investigation is ongoing.
and our Nick Jansen is out on the weather patio for us this evening. How are things at this hour out there, Nick?
Well, temperatures are still above average here across the region tonight, and above average temperatures will continue pretty much through the next 2 weeks potentially as we wrap up 2023. High temperatures today, 42 for the high here in Rochester. So we were in the 40s again today, marking the 8th day we've had high temperatures in the 40s for the month of December. Currently, looking at a live camera, 33 outside, wind out of the east at 9 miles per hour. It does feel like 25 currently at this hour. Temperatures are still above average. Average lows for today's date and tomorrow would be 12. We're nowhere close to that tonight with these temperatures holding steady in the upper 20s. We're increased that cloud cover here tonight. I can still see some moonlight out here, so we're partly cloudy at this point in time. Not real thick, but that changes later on tonight as this low pressure system that is down to our south and southwest continues to move across the Midwest. We'll pick up some cloud cover throughout the overnight hours. So just some cloudy sky expected here tonight, with those temperatures holding steady in the upper 20s. So we are well above average in terms of our overnight lows. Today we're well above average for our high temperature. I feel like I've been saying that day after day after day. Well, guess what? More warmth is on the way through the rest of the week, and especially into the holiday weekend. We could have some record conditions, maybe Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, 3 straight days where we could tie or exceed the previous record. We'll track that out along with another weather maker that could impact us on Christmas. That's all in your First Alert forecast. Back to you.
All right, way too warm for Christmas. Thank you, Nick. Well, maybe several months away, but the city of Rochester is already preparing for Rochester Fest, announcing the chair for this year's festival. For the 41st year annual Rochester Fest, Dr. Ashok Patel was selected to be the event chair. Patel first came to Rochester in 1987 and has spent the past 30 years working with various community organizations, including Zumbro Valley Medical Society and the Rochester Salvation Army. And for this year's fest, Patel came up with the theme of Live Your Dream as a way to show visitors and residents that they can achieve their dreams here in Rochester.
It's an honor, and really, you don't do it alone. This is a team beyond just the board or just the planners. It really, we hope, will involve the whole city. So that's 120,000 people and all our visitors that come to our town.
And the 2024 Rochester Button Design Contest was also announced today. The contest is open to everyone. Submissions are due by February 16th using the theme of Rochester Fest, Live Your Dream. And the winner will be selected March 1st, and the winner gets a $300 prize. So get out the creative juices, right?
There you
for
go.
that button. Well, an opportunity today for Olmsted County veterans to learn more about their VA benefits and the opportunities that are available to them.
Several Olmsted County Veteran Service partners and the Veteran Benefit Administration's St. Paul Regional Office teamed up to provide a PACT Act claims clinic to Rochester. The goal of the clinic was to provide veterans in Olmsted County important guidance and information regarding their VA benefits. The PACT Act is a law that recently expanded the VA healthcare benefits for veterans that have been exposed to burn pits or toxic substances. The clinic included multiple claims representatives to answer any questions veterans may have about their claims. The representatives from St. Paul say this event is a great opportunity for them to continue to support the veteran population beyond the Twin Cities. According to the representatives, only 50% of the United States veterans population utilizes veterans VA services.
It means the world to us. I mean, it's truly why, everyone here wakes up in the morning, so we can provide those benefits. We actually have a lot of folks you see here helping here are veterans themselves. So it means the world to us. It's a great feeling, and anything that we can do to help, we're so grateful to do so.
Even if you were unable to make it to today's event, there are still opportunities to learn more about VA benefits you may have.
And you can learn more about it on our website at kttc.com. So we continue to see a shortage of skilled workers in the country, and there are millions of job openings that go unfilled, and it is at a crisis level. That's why we started the segment on KTTC called Critical Careers about a year and a half ago. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics says there are about 4 million vacancies in industries responsible for this country's transportation, construction, medical needs nationwide. The list goes on. And each month we took a closer look at sectors of the skilled worker trade that offer some really great job opportunities. Highlights from some of the big stops that we've made along the way the past 15 months, and more on resources that you can tap into to find great careers and fill some of those critical needs. That is Critical Careers tonight at 10. Well, a company reportedly increasingly capitalizing on selling cardholder data.
Plus, what TSA is expecting for holiday travel. Looking ahead to the weekend, up next.
We could have a weather maker that impacts holiday travel coming up this weekend, looking at Christmas Eve, Christmas, and even the 26th, the day after Christmas. We'll track out that weather maker coming up in your forecast right after this.
Well, many companies that we interact with on a daily basis have found a new revenue stream, selling their customers' data, with credit card information being especially valuable.
In this Watching Your Wallet, consumer investigator Carice Jackman spoke with a consumer advocacy group that highlighted one company with access to millions' financial habits, which they sell to third-party companies. She also has tips on what you need to know to protect your information.
Credit cards, when used responsibly, can offer lucrative opportunities to build credit and earn rewards. But according to a report by the U.S. Public Interest Research Group, or PIRG, one particular company has increasingly capitalized on selling holder data it has access to on third-party marketplaces.
MasterCard sells transaction data for targeting ads and for marketing.
Tech advocate R.J. Cross with U.S. PIRG says MasterCard knows where people shop, how much they spend, even down to which days.
And it sells that information to third-party companies. It sells this info on these big online data marketplaces where companies can pay to access information about consumers and their spending behavior.
In a statement, a MasterCard representative said the company does not sell individual transaction data, while clarifying the company only analyzes anonymized purchase information, which are subject to established controls, so it can't be used to identify any individual card holders. To be fair, MasterCard is not the only company to do this, but Cross says in her report that MasterCard's position as a global payments technology company means it has access to a large amount of information from the financial lives of millions of people, the sale of which is almost entirely unregulated. She also says the exposure to targeted advertising can be bothersome to consumers.
Americans owe more money on their credit card debt than ever before. It's over $1 trillion, and interest rates are high right now. And so increasingly, this data-driven advertising may not be all that great for people in the long term. And it can also lead to some of those confusing, kind of creepy ads that seem to know exactly what you've bought and are following you around on all the screens in your life.
Cross also says selling data to third parties increases the personal security risk for consumers, as the more companies that hold the data, the more likely it is that information will end up being exposed in a breach or hack. So how can you avoid companies selling your data and these targeted ads that make it feel like someone is standing over your shoulder? Cross says in MasterCard's case, you can opt out of your data being used for analytics, though it's unclear to what extent this stops the company from monetizing your data. U.S. PIRG has a tips guide that outlines specifically how you can opt out. Cross also says, don't be afraid to speak up.
So definitely emailing MasterCard's privacy email and making your concerns known is a really powerful thing that people can do.
And if you're concerned about identity theft or fraud, you could consider freezing your credit. Simple steps you can take to protect your data from the world. With this Watching Your Wallet, I'm Carice Jackman.
A Georgia-based company that makes a lot of popular gift cards is facing a lawsuit in California. The suit accuses Income Financial Services of failing to take precautions to prevent scammers from draining gift cards of their value before they can be used. Experts say the scam is common. The lawsuit focuses specifically on Income's proprietary non-reloadable gift cards, Vanilla Gift and One Vanilla. According to the lawsuit, Income and its partners have known for years that LAX security features have led to numerous card draining incidents but haven't implemented sufficient changes. The Transportation Security Administration expects to see a 6% increase in travel this holiday weekend.
But TSA officials say that they are ready for the 12-day-long holiday air travel rush. It's going to begin tomorrow. Passenger counts over the entire period are expected to be 6% higher than last year this time. And with the busiest travel days happening on Thursday, December 21st, and Friday, December 29th, as well as Tuesday, January 2nd, for the rush of those returning home. The biggest tip TSA is offering passengers: do not be late. Officials advise arriving 2 hours ahead of your flight to make sure to allow time, of course, to park, rental cars, and check baggage before going through security. Another tip: don't wrap those Christmas gifts, holiday gifts, because there is a chance that TSA agents may have to unwrap them for security.
Here's your first alert weather with Chief Meteorologist Nick Jansen.
High temperatures across the region today, once again in the 40s, something that has been kind of a regular pretty much all month long here with these above average temperatures. Highs today, low 40s, 42 today. In Rochester, we had some sunshine and then increased that cloud cover throughout the day today. I want to touch on our 40-degree statistics in the month of December at RST. We average our last 40-degree high temperature day since 1990, December 13th. Well, this month we've had 8 days, including today, now in the 40s. Our monthly average, again, looking all the way back since 1900, is 4. So we've doubled that here. The most that we've had, looking just at the records at RST, back in 1913 of 18 days where we had highs in the 40s. Now, we could have another 6, maybe 7, 8 straight days in the 40s, so that number could grow close to maybe 14 to, say, 16 days. That would be the most since 2000. The most since 2000 is 2015, where we had 13 days. What is common between 2015 December and 2023 December? A strong El Nino. That's the driving force behind these warm temperatures. So with warm temperatures on the way this upcoming weekend, we're just 5 days away from Christmas now. Our white Christmas tracker, I can't move it any lower than what it is right now. 0 is what our percent chance is at looking at any type of accumulating snowfall in the near future. That is because we have the late season warmth continuing, and we could set records, especially the 23rd and the 24th, Christmas Eve. We just have to warm above 41 degrees. The current forecast has us at 50. So we could set records on the 23rd and the 24th. The 25th for Christmas, we are close. 47 is what I have for the high coming up on Monday. That's 22 degrees above average. Our record high for Christmas is 50, so we might fall just shy of that. We do have a weather maker that'll impact us this upcoming weekend, but we just saw with those temperatures in the 50s and upper 40s, no snow, but rain could impact the region, and we could see quite a bit of rainfall, maybe 1-2 inches of rain on the way with that weather maker by the upcoming weekend. So here's what we're tracking. Tonight, mostly cloudy and mild. This late week, even Thursday, Friday, temperatures will be above average. We saw the record-breaking conditions potentially on the way for the weekend. And then that next weather maker is on the way, rainfall, and maybe a lot of it. Outside, loosen out a live camera, we are in the low 30s. We're at 33, mainly clear at this point in time, but we will increase that cloud cover here throughout most of the overnight hours tonight, which will help our temperatures. So we're in the low 30s right now, increasing that cloud cover as a low pressure system continues to move down to the east here. We will pick up some cloud cover and hold steady, I think, overnight tonight. So watch the increase in cloud cover tonight. It means temperatures will hold steady in the upper 20s and some low 30s. We fast forward through the day tomorrow, high temperatures into the upper 30s and low 40s, so still above average even with the cloud cover. 27 for the low here tonight. Quiet wind out of the east, 5 to 15 miles per hour. Tomorrow, 40 for the high, mostly cloudy throughout the day. Hopefully a couple peaks of sunshine, but the cloud cover will stick around. Across the region tomorrow, high temperatures, again, upper 30s, low 40s will probably be close to 40, Mason City and in Osage. 7-day forecast, mid 40s for Friday, low 50s Saturday and Sunday. Christmas Eve, we'll see that weather maker move in, chances for some showers, especially overnight Sunday into Christmas morning. Highs on Christmas at 47. Julian.
Next in sports, a new set of high school basketball rankings are out. Find out where your team stands heading into the holidays. Plus, area athletes put pen to paper today, signing to play at the next level. We'll hear from NDSU commit Zach Vanderpool after the break. What's going on, friends? I'm Julian Mitchell. Early National Signing Day. Try to get some pictures here. If you have more, submit them on our website at KTTC.com of everyone signing today. See, Lake City here had quite a few. Keegan Ryan going D1 in North Dakota for football. Golfer Jordana Windhorst-Knudsen going D1 as well, among some other signees. And I took a stop out in Byron today to catch up with the new NDSU Bison. Byron Bears Zach Vanderpool put pen to paper. The star defensive end set to join new head coach Tim Polasek and company in Fargo. It's a great D1 program he'll be headed to. Bison went 11-4 this year, lost a close double OT game in the FCS semifinal. Vanderpool making a great addition at 6'5", 227, helped the Bears reach the state semifinals here. It's been quite the journey playing ball, and Zach shared what it means to have family and friends there today. Also, just how he settled on NDSU.
Been there for me every part of the way, and it's just really nice knowing that they're still here and still backing me up, and when I go up to NDSU next year, they'll still be with me and know they'll be cheering me on. My D-line coach, Coach Gazer, saying I'd fit like a similar role to Spencer Wage, who's now on the practice team in the NFL. It's a really cool spot to fill, big shoes to fill, but I'm excited to do it. Roll Herd.
Heard him there. Roll Herd. Staying with high school sports, the latest basketball rankings are out. We'll start on the boys' side. In 4A, Century is number 13. Panthers are 3-2. Will face off with Owatonna at home tomorrow. In 3A, the 5-0 Stewartville Tigers are ranked 5th. Caledonia Warriors, who had a great week beating one of the top teams in Iowa, is 5th in 2A. Lastly, here in Single A, 3 teams here, 3-0 Spring Grove at 18, high-scoring Gabe Hine and Blooming Prairie at 19, and the Crescent, 5-2 overall, sits at number 20. Last of the girls' hoops, 6-1 John Marshall clocks in at 17. Have 2 teams here in 3A. Byron at 3-1 is 11th. Bears face Austin tomorrow. At 12 is Stewartville. Remaining state runner-ups are 7-2 on the year, and Winona at 5-1 this season, number 16. 2A next, Del Rio at 10-0 on the year, number 9. Eagles will face, funny enough, 11th ranked Cotter tomorrow. At 19 is NRHEG, and here in Single A, unbeaten Hayfield 8-0, the number 2 team in the class. Goodhue, who's 5-3. Strong schedule so far, ranked 5th. Spring Grove at 7-1 is number 18. But guys, how cool is it? Those athletes signing their athletic and academic.
For Zach Vanderpool, you can tell
so
the
much
excitement.
talent.
Yep. All right, we'll be back in a moment.
4 numbers to ring in the new year arrived in Times Square this morning.
Standing at 7 feet tall, the numbers will officially light up the night sky when the iconic Times Square ball drops at midnight. Let's take a look. The numbers have been on a coast-to-coast tour that started in LA, made stops in Arizona and Philadelphia before getting to the plaza. They will stay on the plaza until 11 a.m. Fridays so that people can take photos with them. Exciting times ahead. Thanks for joining us tonight. It's